Hello everyone. Today we are going to visualize a dataset regarding the Indian coal mines location and production for the year of 2020. This dataset was originally compiled by Sandeep Pai and his colleagues from the University of British Columbia, and I am in no way or form plagiarizing this. I am just using the dataset for my learning purposes. So now let us go to the dataset and have a look at what we are dealing with. So the dataset contains columns like serial number, then state and union territory name where the mine is located. Then we have the district name where the mine is located. Then the name by which the mine is known, its production, mine owner name. So in India, Coal India Limited is the apex body related to coal mining and production, and under Coal India Limited there are many government undertaking companies like ECL. We can see other companies like BCCL. These are government companies related to coal mining. Then see this company CESC. This is a private company. Then we have SAIL. This is the steel producer of the country and it also mines its coal. Then we have WBPDCL. This is a state owned company in the field of power distribution and this also mines coal. So this column is the name of the company that owns the mine. Then we have whether the production is in coal or in lignite, whether the mine is government or private, what is the type of mine. OC is for open cast, UG is for underground, and then we have mixed, and at last we have lat long values for each mines. So this dataset, as we can see, requires some cleaning. As we can see, this has some leading as well as trailing white spaces. So for that, first of all we have to insert a column, and in this column we are going to use the trim function. Now we will drag it to apply for the whole data set, but it didn't remove the white spaces. That means these are not simple white spaces, these are something else. So to check that, we can use the code formula, and the code formula is like, we want to check the leftmost character. So for that we have to use left of this character. See, so this is not the code for a white space. White space code is 400. This is something else. So for this we have to use another formula of substitute, so that we can substitute this ASCII code of 160 with a space. So let's reverse it, and also this has some trailing space white spaces. So the substitute formula is like, is equal to substitute in this text the character value of 160 with a white space, and we will close it and press enter. Now let's drag it. Now we will operate on this column, so we can simply, let us see if we can do it, or do we have to copy and paste the values only. So now we are going to write trim this. Let's see if it's working or not. Yes, it is working. So this is working. So we'll drag it to the bottom. And this is the column that we are going to use for the colliery name. So now, since we don't need these columns, let us just go and delete it. But see, when we delete it, this also goes. I did it on purpose to demonstrate the fact that this column is using the value in this column. This F column is using all the values, referencing all the values from E column to derive at what it is representing, and the E column is referencing the values from D column. So we cannot delete any of the column, whether be D or E. So one thing that we can do is we can copy it and let's see, we'll come here, right click, and then we'll go to values. We will paste only the values, not the formula underlying this. And now we can go and delete these two columns and nothing is gonna happen. This is cleaned. Okay, so this is done. We don't need this column. We are going to remove it. Also, I will be adding one more column, and that column will have the header of country, and it will contain only one value, that is India. And right now this column may not be making a lot of sense, but I am doing it for the sake of better visualization, and when we will be visualizing this data, you will come to see its use. Now there is no cleaning, but we need to process our data a little bit more, like this here. G, we don't want it to be G. Wherever the company is government owned, we want it to be government owned, and wherever the company is private, we want it to be privately owned. And also here, not UG or OC, we want it to be full. If it is underground, we want to display it as underground, which is a little bit better way of displaying our data on the charts and graphs. So that is what we are going to do next. So for this also, we'll first of all insert a column. So in order to do our next step, we have to use the ifs statement, IFS. So first of all, let us understand what we are going to accomplish here. So one thing that we need to do is to, no, we don't want a sort, we want to apply filter. If we go to filter, we can see that we have three distinct values, and those are G for government companies, P for private companies, and SG for state owned companies, state government owned companies. So what we can do, we can write the if formula. If is a logical formula. So the logic is, if this column has a value of G, we want it to be displayed as government owned, and if this H column has the value of P, we want it to be privately owned, and if this has a SG, we want it to be state government owned. So if formula can be used for the above purpose, but we have to nest multiple if inside if, so that could be very much confusing. So there is a new function, I don't remember exactly, but maybe from 2018 Excel, that is called ifs, ifs. Okay, so see, this is very simple, or any formula in Excel is very simple, because it gives us the prompt as to what is the next step that we want to take or that we should take. So here if you see, we have the function or the formula. Now it is asking us for a logical test. What is the logic that we want to test? So we want to test the logic that this column is equal to G. Since it is a text value, we have to wrap it into double quote. See, this is the logical test that we want to evaluate, and IFS or ifs formula only and only test the true. It doesn't evaluate the false, it only tests the true. So if we test this logical formula, we will press a comma and then see what it says. It says the value if true. What is the value that we want to display if this logical test came out to be true? So that we want to be government owned, and since it is also a text, we have to wrap, and we always have to wrap our text inside the formula with double quotes. So we are going to call it government owned. Now there is logical test 1 and the true value. Now if we put another comma, it is asking for another logical test. So this will be same. If this is equal to P, what is the value that we want it to display? We want it to display privately owned, and the last, see, we didn't put the double quote, we have to put it. Now the last test will be this is equals to SG. We want the value to be displayed as state government owned, and we don't want to test any other logical test, so we can close it. But there is also one thing, suppose there is a missing value or it found something that is very different, so we can pass one more parameter here. We will not be using it, I am just showing it, that is true. Okay, so if you pass this, if suppose one of the cell here is blank, so it will not show here a NA, it will just keep the cell also as blank. But here we don't have to do this. Done, we'll press enter. See, we got it, government owned. Let's now drag it to the bottom and check if it worked properly or not. So this SG, yes, state government owned, P privately owned, and G government owned. This is done. The same thing we are going to do for our mine type, and let's see what are the different types we have. Mixed, OCN, underground. Okay, so first of all we will insert a new column, and see, we'll insert the column here, and similar formula, nothing very different. So we are going to type it. And now we will drag it to the bottom. All done. So this is all the data cleaning that we wanted to do on this data set. And let's see what we want to do. Okay, let's copy it and paste the values. This one also. And we will paste the values. This and this column we don't want it, and we will delete it. So done. See, this thing that I did here in Excel, and I was aiming to do all the cleaning in Excel itself, so that is the reason I didn't use Power Query or anything else. This thing that I did here, so this could easily be done in Tableau as well, because I am going to use Tableau for the visualization purpose using aliases. Okay, so we have modified our data set as much we wanted it and cleaned it whatever cleaning it required. Now we are going to save our data set as a CSV. So we will save it inside here as well, and let it be Excel. So we saved our data set. Now we will go and launch our Tableau. Now we are going to connect our Tableau with the data set and start visualizing our data. So this mine data set is what we need. The first thing that we are going to check in here is that every column is imported under the right data type. So look at this country and state UT name. These are geographical data type and they are imported correctly. But this district name is imported as a text, but this has to be a geographical type as well. So we are going to change it. So state in India is equivalent to county in US. So we are going to change that. Now let's see all the other columns, and they all are right. Now this and this, we don't want these columns, so we are going to hide it. Now we will go to our sheet 1 and create our first visualization. So the first visualization that I am going to create is a map of all the states that are producing coal in India. So for that we will highlight this field and go to show me and then select this map. Now we got this map, and see this map, I just want only the Indian boundaries and nothing else like these neighboring countries. To achieve that we have to go to map, then background layers. We'll remove base and land cover and then increase the washout value to 100. But see what happened. When we increase the washout value to 100, everything except for which we have the data present in our data set also got washed out. So this is the reason that I created this column country during the data cleaning and processing step. Now look at what this column is going to be helpful for. So I will drag this and drop it on layer. This is a point right now, so I'm gonna go and change it to a map. See, we got the complete background, which is India, and then the states, but we have to drag it above country because we want this to be on top and the complete India map at the bottom. Now the country, first of all we are going to change the color for country, and for that we are going to use this color, and borders we will use black color and no halo effect. Now we'll come to state and on state we are again gonna change the color. Before that, let's go and change the color of border to white, and then halo to none, and then we are gonna change the color to this. So this chart is complete. All the states that are producing coal in India are being displayed in this dark gray color. Now we will go and bring our production to detail, and then what else? Nothing. We'll come to country and then tooltip, and we don't want to show the tooltip. Okay, we want to show the tooltip, only the country will be displayed, let it be there. And then we'll come to state, and on tooltip we are going to edit it. And this is the only tooltip that I'm gonna edit in this video, because editing tooltip is very similar in all the maps. So I am gonna do it like this. I will remove everything that was by default here, and then I will come to insert, and I will insert first of all the state name. Okay, and after that I will write produced a total of, then I will insert the production value coal. I will select everything and let it be 10, but I will remove the boldness, and then I will come here and make it Tableau semi bold and 12. Tableau semi bold and 12, and the highlight color, let's use this. Okay, so let us see how our tooltip came out. So Odisha produced a total of 142.2. The unit is not given, so for that we can come here and come to default properties, number format, then number custom, let the decimal place be as it is, and in the suffix we are gonna write MT, that is metric ton. Okay, now see, this is good, but the coal also got highlighted. So for that I will go to tooltip again and will make it this color, and also I will make it Tableau book. Okay, this is good. This is how we want it. Now I'm again gonna create one more chart, and first of all let us remove this because this won't be needed. No, we will name it state, then we will duplicate it. Here the first thing that we are gonna do is remove country from here, and then what we will do, we will change the color for state to be this color, and let it be this color only. Now on here we are going to drag district name. Okay, these are showing as points, so the first thing that we will do is make them a map, and then we will change the color, and the border will be white, and their own color will be dark. So within all these states that are producing coal, these are the districts that are producing coal. Okay, here we have 5 unknowns, so let us go and check them. We will first click on this and then edit location. See, we have 5 unknown. This is ambiguous, and so Raigad and Balrampur. So the problem is, see, these ambiguous, there are many places called as Balrampur and Raigad, not many but at least more than one, and this is unrecognized. So they are having some issue in their spelling. So for this, let us write Jharsuguda, and for Sundargarh the spelling is wrong. And we will do this for these. If you want to display it on the map, we have to either enter there. We have to enter their lat long values. Okay, so we will do that later. See, this happened. Now I will call it district. Okay, now I'm going to create one more chart, and that chart will be mines according to the production they are having right now. So this is it, and I want to display the name of state where they are located right now. We will remove this, we don't want it, so we can bring in a state here. But look, the full state name is taking a lot of space and it is also looking very crowded. So what we can do is we will remove it from here first. I will go and duplicate this field, then I will rename it, and in renaming I'm just gonna make it state. Then I will come to this drop down and go to aliases. Okay, so Assam. So in India, every state has a 2-letter code which is used to denote them. So for Assam this is AS, for Chhattisgarh it is CG, okay, we have provided all the aliases. Now we'll click on OK and we'll bring this one here. See, this is looking good. Let's increase the space a little bit more and we'll decrease it a bit. Okay, now we can see that wherever the mine is located, we are having a state code for them, so it will be easier to consume this chart. Hide field label. Now this is done. So I am planning this dashboard like in 2 parts. Okay, the first part will have only the 3 charts, this state level, then this district level, and this mines with all the production displayed. Okay, so the first dashboard will contain only these 3 charts and the next will contain other. So first of all I'm gonna create the dashboard. So the dashboard will have like a fixed size, and the size is 1280 by 750. Done. We are going to use a background image for the dashboard. So for that we have to drag an image element. We'll choose the image. So this is the image that we are going to use. Okay, so the image is having a little bit of white spaces at both sides, so we are gonna increase the height a little bit. We'll make it 60. Okay, this is looking better. Now we are gonna make everything floating and we will bring in a text field here, and this text field will contain our title and a little bit of introduction to the dashboard. So the title I am thinking of coal production and distribution in India. Okay, so I will change the font. Let us see what font will look good. Okay, the size will be 20. I think it's a little bit more, make it 18. and this will be in this color. How would it look if we make it bold? Unbold. Okay, so I will highlight this, come to layout, and then the X position will be 20 and Y position will also be 20 and height will make it 65 and 20 this side, 20 that side, so we will be making it 1240. Okay, so this is done, and now we are going to bring in another horizontal container in here in the floating mode, and we'll again go to layout, 20. Now that was, let me see, 20 65, so 20 plus 20 plus 65, this is going to be 105. Now the width, I will keep this width to be 570 and the height will make it 660. Let us see how this turned out to be. 660 is the longest side for this, so let's make it 560. And how that, okay, so something like 600 we want, still less, 30. Okay, this is good. Now inside this layout section only, we'll go and give this a border. The border will be a little bit darker color, and then also a background, and the opacity we will make it 70. This is much more to our liking. Now we'll bring in another horizontal container. We'll go to layout. This is 20 and 105, so that will be more. So this will be 20 and then 609, we are going to make it 610. This will be 420. Nice. And the size will be 640, I think. Let me check. No, 630. 630. This is right. Again, a border, and then the background, 70% opacity, and at last we are going to bring in one vertical container. Okay, and the position is 105, width is whatever we will let it, and this will be 630, and this vertical container will be used for the KPIs which we will create later. So now let us go and give this a border as well and a background color. So this is done. Now before we do anything else in this dashboard, we will come to our district, and here we will create a parameter, and that parameter we'll call it state parameter. This will be of type string, and in the current value we don't require to put any current value, but I'm going to put Jharkhand which is my home state, just for the sake that whenever we apply this we can see if it's working or not. Okay, so see, this parameter is created, but we cannot directly put parameter to the filter. For that we have to create a calculated field, and this calculated field we will call it state selected, and this will have the calculation state ut name. State ut name is equal to this state parameter. Okay, and we will drag this to the filter cell. We'll click on true value only, and then okay. See, a Jharkhand state came, and this is showing all the district in Jharkhand. Now we'll come to state, and we'll create one more calculated field, and this will be state not selected, and in this the calculation will be state parameter is equal to null. Make sure you don't put any spaces between these two codes. Okay, now we'll come to dashboard, and we'll make it tiled. We'll bring state here, remove this title, then we'll bring district here and remove the title as well. We'll highlight the state chart, okay, the state chart, and we'll come to layout. We'll click on control visibility using, and this will be state not selected. This is done. Now we'll go to dashboard and action, then we'll click on add action, change parameter, and we'll write here parameter update, because this is gonna update our parameter. Make sure these two are selected, and here we are gonna select state parameter, and in the source field we'll select state ut, and here clearing the selection will make it set value 2. We'll click on OK and OK. Let's see, our Jharkhand map is right now visible, and all the districts in Jharkhand that are producing coal are visible. If we click on any district here, our map will reset to the national map. So let's check. Okay, it did. Now in the national map, if we click on any state, it will drill down to the district level. So let us go to Orissa, and in Orissa we are having these: Angul, Sambalpur, Jharsuguda and Sundargarh. These are the districts that are coal producing district inside Orissa. Now we are gonna click on any of the district, and it is gonna revert back to the national map. So this is done. Now what we are gonna do, we are gonna bring in our, first of all we'll edit it. So right click, format, and then these are rows. We'll come to row, and in the none, pane divider none, header none, pane, this zero line we are gonna make it thick, and the color will be, let me see, white, and this will be a continuous line. Then we'll come to this, and here we'll use none, and we'll use no color on this sheet as well. Then here we will update this color. Okay, and in text are we gonna do something? So for pane, let us make it bold, not working. Header, yeah, this worked, and the color will be white. Now we'll come to dashboard, and then we are gonna drag this as well to here, and we will hide the title. Okay, now we'll click on this and click on this funnel button, to use this chart as a filter. Now whenever we'll click on this map, any district, any state, this is gonna be updated as per all the maps in that state will be displayed. So let us go and check for Jharkhand. See, this is updated. Rajmahal is the biggest and the most coal producing mine in Jharkhand. Then we have Amrapali, and then these are all. So one fun fact, I am creating this dashboard because I am a mechanical engineer who is actually employed in the coal mining sector, and I have over 8 years of experience in the maintenance department. And right now I am working for a company which is having operations at both this Rajmahal as well as Amrapali mines. Okay, and let's go back. So Jharkhand, so we have to click 2 times on this map. Okay, this map went out of, and this came back to original. So I am currently employed in West Bengal, and I will show you this West Bengal. This Sonpur Bazari, which is the biggest project in West Bengal, is just 4 kilometers from my residence, and I am working at this, and my company is having operations at this open cast project, and I am working here. So again we want to go out, so we'll click on any of the district, then we will click 1 time and twice. So the filter went out, and this is how our dashboard will look. The first page of our dashboard will look, and here we will be having KPIs which we will create now. Okay, so let us go and create a sheet, and in here I want first of all number of mines. So this I want to count 459 mines we have in India, entire view, then alignment will be center, and this will make Tableau semi bold, size will be 22, and the color will be white. Okay, we'll rename it KPI 1. Let us go to dashboard and drag it and see how it looks. And we'll edit this, format this, and the only thing that we are going to change is the color. We want none. Now let's see. Okay, this came. I'll be editing it a little more. So now we will create another of our, this time it will be number of companies. So coal mine owner name to text, and then again count. So what was the size of it? Let me check one more time. 22. Okay, 22 Tableau semi bold, 22 Tableau semi. Tooltip we don't want to show. And Tableau semi bold, and the color will be white. Okay, and one more KPI we will be creating. And in this we will bring in our production, and we will remove this. Okay, this is done, and we will call it KPI 3. Now we'll drag all this to here. Now we'll come to dashboard, and the white title, and we'll bring this second one at the bottom. Okay, now we are gonna insert some text field here, and in here I will write coal produced, its size will be 16 and tableau medium, color will be white. From, okay, one more text we'll put in here, and from in the country, again 16 tableau medium white. Okay, and hide this title again, and this. Okay, so we have to make this account distinct. Where this much companies are involved in the coal mining operations. We'll make it tableau medium again. Let's make it 12, and the color will be white. Okay, 12. Okay, let's go and check it in full screen mode. So this KPI will read like this: 773.47 metric ton of coal produced from 459 active mines, where 36 companies are involved in the coal mining operations. This is how this will read. And let's check if our filters are working. This time we are gonna go to Chhattisgarh. Okay, so these also updated. Now we'll come out. I will click one time, then one more time. This filter is removed and everything came to where it was. So this is the first dashboard, and then there will be another dashboard that will contain different charts and visualizations, which we are gonna create now. So for that, what we're gonna do, we are gonna duplicate this and we'll call it dashboard 2, and here these will not be used, so we'll remove everything. I will let this be here. I will just change its size because I will be using this for 3 pie charts, and this area will be for our bar charts. Okay, now we will start visualizing our charts for this second dashboard. So this second dashboard will first of all have a state-wise distribution of coal production. So we are gonna bring in state and production, all right, and then we will make it sorted from highest to lowest. We'll make it entire view, and then don't want this, so we will hide field level. Also don't want this. The bars are very wide, so we are gonna reduce their size. Nice. And the color, we are gonna use this one. Okay. Now here I want to display the number of mines that each state has. So for that I will drag this field here. I will come here and make it a count. Okay, now see this count. This I want to be line, and this sum I want to be bars. Now we will make it a dual axis chart. Done. We don't want this, so we will hide this card, right click on it and synchronize axis. Okay, done. We want it above the line, synchronize axis, what, show header. So this is done. Now we'll go to colors, edit color for bar. Obviously we are going to use this color, and for this count of mine, where is that color? Let's make it blue for now. Okay, this is one chart and this is state by wise production. Now we'll duplicate it again. This time instead of state we are going to use company name, but this time we don't want the number of mines, and here we are going to use top 10, and this way we want it. We'll bring it to filter and then we'll go to top 10 by production. So these are the top 10 companies with production. So this will be company by production, and we will duplicate it once more, and this time we are going to use district, and we'll sort it. See, Korba, but let me check this. Okay, so this will be here, district with most production, and again we can see that Paschim Bardhaman has the most number of mines, and below that is Dhanbad, and this Dhanbad is my hometown. So we'll bring this district to filter. Again we want only top 10. Now we have state, district, company, and this is mines, so we already used it. Then there will be a company with most mines. So here SECL is the highest producing company, but when we come to company with most mines, here we have ECL. ECL has the most number of mines. The color we will use this one. No need for this and no need for this either. So 1 2 3 4. State, district, company. We'll make all of them the same way. Now come our second dashboard. No, we want to make even more. So coal lignite and our production, I want that to be in a pie chart. Okay, entire view. We'll go to colors, edit color, coal, this color, and lignite, brown color. Okay, we'll drag this to label and this one to label as well. Coal type. One more, this time we are gonna create how is the owner type of mines distributed. So my name, and this time we will have, so we have to drag this to here and my name will leave it. We'll bring my name to our color, all members, and this will be a count. Now I'll go to show me and I will make it a pie chart, entire view, the color. Okay, edit color, this I want to be black. Okay, state government owned, brown. Okay, and privately owned, where is that color? This. Okay, again to the label and this to the label. No need for these cards. Here we can go and give aliases for these. So government owned, only government, privately owned, private, and state government owned. Okay, this will be a little shorter, and this is ownership. We'll duplicate it, and this time we'll bring in type of mine to angle, and then we will count it. Okay, we'll bring it to color, and this will be here, underground, open cast, and mixed type. Okay, we'll again go to color. So most of the mine in India is open cast, followed by underground, and very few mines are mixed. Okay, so these are all the visualizations that we are gonna use. We'll come to dashboard 2. So first I will bring coal type. Same problem, we'll have to remove this background and all this. Okay, so let us highlight this, go to this sheet, right click, format, none. Let's come to dashboard 2. Okay, this is showing right. Let the title be here for now. We'll remove it. In here we'll write mines details, and this will be center aligned. Now we will drag ownership here. And below that we'll have mine type. So this we'll call ownership. Size will be 10 and color will be white, bold. Okay, and this will be mines type 10 bold and white. There we will write coal or lignite. This will be 12 white center. Now I'll go to this sheet, right click, format. I don't want any background. Let's check. And for this as well, right click, format, no background, and check. In the full screen mode, this will look like this, and we'll come to layout, and this vertical container width I will increase. First make it 25,000, and width will make it 250. Now we'll bring the rest of our visualization to this dashboard and complete it. So one thing that I want to tell you all before anything else is that I created this state, district and company chart by duplicating one another. But the thing that I'm gonna achieve here in this dashboard will not work properly if they are duplicated. So I went ahead and created this 3 charts separately. So the thing that I'm gonna achieve is that we'll be having only this one container, and all the 3 charts will be on top of each other, and there will be a parameter that will help us display any of the chart at one time, but they all will be in here. So before I can do that, I have to do some work beforehand, and the first thing is to create a parameter. We'll call it viz type, and it will have the data type of a string, and it will contain a list. Now one thing that is very important is we'll put the values here, but they should match exactly as the sheet name. So whatever is written here, we have to write the same thing in here. Now these are the values on which this parameter will work, but the display values we are gonna edit it so that it looks a little bit more refined. We'll click on OK. This is created. We will show this parameter, and now since the parameter does not do anything on its own, we have to put it in a calculated field before it can be utilized. So I'll go to create and create a calculated field. I will call it viz swap. Okay, now I will drag this to the filter and go to custom value list, and here I will type this exact thing again. Then I will click on plus and OK. See, this is done, but to check whether this is working or not, see, here is state showing. We will go and select anything else, and if it is working properly, if we select anything else except for state, the visualization will not be visible. And see, this is not visible. For company also it is not visible. That means it's working properly. Now the same thing we have to perform on these two as well. So we have done it for the three visualization and this is working properly. How we can ascertain that? See, there is company selected here and the company chart is visible, but the rest of the two charts won't be visible. See, not visible, not visible. Now we'll go to our dashboard, and in here, now in the layout, let us come and select on this. This is empty container. We'll go to dashboard and drag a vertical container inside. Then I will drag one more vertical container on top of it, and one more on top of this. So 1, 2 and 3. These are the three containers. Now in this middle, I am going to first of all bring in state by production, and since company is highlighted here, it is not showing anything. But if I go and select state, this will show us the state. Okay. Now we have to hide the title because this is a prerequisite for seat swapping. We'll bring in district and hide the title, and also company, hide title. Let us go in full screen mode and check district. Okay, districts are visible. Now company, and company is also visible. So in this below one, I am going to bring this chart. This will be static and it shows all the companies with most number of mines they are operating. So this will be a little bigger, and we will go to full screen mode and see this is how it will appear. I will edit the title for this and this as well, but everything else is to our liking. Now here will be one vertical container and it will contain some important facts about the coal mines and coal production in India and its uses. Okay, so for that I have created a text field, and I'm going to insert a floating text box and then enter those values in here. So we will first of all drag a text element here, and here is the file. I will copy everything from here and then paste it here. This will be Tableau medium 12, and color I will make it white. Okay. So let us decrease this size to 10. For now I am making it a little bit darker color, and I will insert one space between every point. Okay. This will make 11. And one more thing, this will be bold. and this will also be bold. 11, and the color will be white. Okay, and on top, important facts, and this I will make 14. Okay, and center aligned. So this is done. We can give this a background. Let's go and give it a background, and the background will be this color, opacity 70, and now let's check. Okay, so the visualization is complete. Now the only thing remained is to add the two dashboard with a navigation button. Now that we have created the two dashboard and everything is as per our requirement, so we have to create a connection between two dashboard for navigation. Okay, and for that we are going to utilize the navigation element of Tableau. So we will drag it here and we'll make sure it is in floating. I will come to this drop down edit button, and where do I want this navigation button to lead to dashboard 2. I don't want it to be a text, I want it to be an image. I have already downloaded the image, and this is the image that I'm gonna use. And tooltip, navigate to dashboard 2. Okay, then keeping this highlighted, I will go to layout and position. I'm gonna use 1200. So this is a bit more. So first of all, let's fix the size of this element, 65 by 65. This is still a bit more, so let us change and see. Okay, 1190 by 35, let's make it, and 65 by 65. This is how I want it. Now I'll go to second dashboard and repeat the steps. Okay, so this is to our liking. And now let us go in the full screen mode and check, because in editing mode this is gonna do nothing. So here in the full screen mode, we have already seen the other functionalities in this dashboard, and now we are gonna check if the navigation buttons are working well or not. So okay, this took us to the next dashboard, and if we click on here, we are going to go to the first one. Okay, this is working, and now our dashboarding is complete, and along with that our project is also done. Thanks for watching, and please share your thoughts about this project. Thank you.